Hello, welcome to another Roll20 Con event. I am your host, Sean Nittner. I am joined by Obadiah, who is my invisible co-host. He's in the Roll20 game with me right now, and we'll be going through things together. Hi, Obadiah. and we are going to go over how to use the For the Queen campaign module to play For the Queen. Before we get started, let's do the normal roundup. This is an event for Roll20Con and is in support of Code 2040, which is a charity that helps Black and Latinx folks get into the tech industry, both participating and in leadership roles. And they are doing really good work. And the Roll20 is matching all pledges up to 50,000. So right now we're at 12,491. I'd love it if some folks who are watching or who are seeing this later on would jump in there and support us. I'm going to put a link in chat in just a second, and it is a try that. There we go. It's a good cause. So let's dive into this. Let's use For the Queen. Obadiah, at any time, I'm gonna walk through it and do a walkthrough. But at any time, if you have questions, please jump in and I'll dig deeper. We're gonna start. So we're both in the game together, which I'll pull up for everyone to see. Obadiah and I are in this game that's already kind of ready to go, but for the stream, I'm gonna show you another tab real quick and just kind of give you an idea of how you would play a game For the Queen yourself. So the first thing you do, For the Queen is one of our few games that you have to purchase. It is not available as a character sheet only because the entire game is in the art and the cards and everything like that, and that's only a marketplace item. So there's no character sheet to go with it. So what you would do is you'd go to Yonder Marketplace, and if you looked for Evil Hat, or if you looked for the Queen, you'll see it in there. Let's do a little search. And there we go. We have For the Queen. Though it is a marketplace item at $7.99, I think it is a steal because the game has given me endless hours. I've probably played it 200 times by now. It's a really great game. But you'd pick it up at the marketplace. And then once you're in the once you've purchased it, once you've gone through and purchased it, then you'd go back to your home. And by doing this, we're going to catch up with the game that Obadiah and I are in. You'd click, create new game. And over on the right-hand side, it'll list all your modules. And you just select the For the Queen module. You select that and then create a game. You'll want to name it and you'll create a game. And I'm going to hop over to the game that Obadiah and I are in right now so you can see how it works. So there we go. That's up now. All right. So when you first show up, you're going to see this one page, and this is really it. This is the game. This is the whole tableau. So the nice thing is you don't have to worry about switching pages. Tom Lommel in chat asks, do you want to start with a premise? What is For the Queen? Yes, thank you. For the Queen is a card-based storytelling game. It is set with a fixed introduction, and everything else from that is left open. The land you live in is in peril. You've been at war for as long as any of you have been alive. The Queen has chosen you and only you to go on a distant journey with her to attempt to make peace. And she's chosen you because she knows that you love her. And that's all we know at the beginning of the game. You're in this society that's been at war forever. You're with the Queen, you love her. And the game is set by going through a series of prompts of questions that you'll answer in play to find out who you are, what your relationship to the Queen is and to each other is. And at the end, ultimately, you'll ask the question, it'll say the queen is under attack and do you defend her? Once everybody answers that question, it's the game's over. So yeah, thank you, Tom. It is a cooperative storytelling game. Everybody plays, no game master. But here we are in the game. So the great thing about this game is that part of play is learning how to play the game. I'm very, very fond of this particular mechanic. I think it works slightly better in person than it does in Roll20 because there's no sense of a table in Roll20. Like there's no going around the table, but you can use the Roll20 turn order, initiative order to do that, or you can just sort of establish it amongst yourselves. And once you kind of get into a flow of it, then I think it works just as well. So what you'll do at the beginning of the game is you're going to read the instruction cards aloud. And you can do that in two different ways, or we've provided two different ways. One of them is you can go to the instruction deck. If it isn't visible, it should be visible by default, but if it isn't, you can go to the collections tab and you can see that we have prompt cards, queen cards, and instructions. And if you just show all of those, they'll appear. Once you have the instruction cards here, I'm going to pull this back up. You can go choose, and it'll pop up a little window. It's not very big, but if you click on the first card and it expands, boom, there we go. It goes to full page, and you read the instruction card aloud. It says go around the table clockwise, taking turns reading these cards aloud. And then you can go to the second instruction, the third, etc. I made a horrible mistake when I started this game. I accidentally shuffled this deck. Normally it does not come shuffled. Normally it comes ordered. Good thing to catch in the future. Do not accidentally click that shuffle deck thing. At least not on the instruction cards. All the others you can shuffle. Does not matter. If you do accidentally shuffle it, you can just make a brand new game of it. You own the campaign. You can remake it anytime. But my preferred way is to use these handouts, which we have over on the right. And the handouts they come a little bit bigger. They're already sort of expanded. You can click on them. You can even click show to players. So if I click this, it would pop up to the players, and we can go through and read these out loud. Obadiah, what do you say? You want to read the first 5 of them with me, back and forth? All right, I will do it. I'll do it myself. I'm going to read the first couple of them. And the first couple of them also gives the premise of the game. Go around the table clockwise, taking turns and reading these cards aloud. The land you live in has been at war for as long as any of you have been alive. The queen has decided to undertake a long and perilous journey to broker an alliance with a distant power. The queen has chosen all of you and no one else to be her retinue and accompany her on this journey. She chose you because she knows that you love her. That's the premise for the game. The next set of instructions, which are equally short. Oh, I think I lost my co-host. That's okay. I will keep going. Thanks everybody for your patience. The next sets of instructions are tell you how to play the game, and yeah, we'll go through them. You're welcome to look through the queen cards for inspiration. If there's one that seems right for the group, place it on the table to inspire your story. So the queen cards are this deck of amazingly gorgeous art that we had 14 cards created by 12 different amazing artists. And if you click on any one of them, they will expand to full size. And the queen card reflects, is just an image. There's nothing really in the game about it, but it gives you the sense of who your queen is. And I'm going to choose the card that we called the Hidden Queen. Let's drag her in. Now, I'll point out one thing to you. Where you drop your cursor is exactly where the card will go. So it's kind of hidden because I've got all these handouts out. But if you notice, I dropped the cursor right here in the upper left-hand corner, and she landed right in the perfectly centered. So that worked out. Oh, I see you're back over that. Again, I'm talking fast, but please interrupt. And so once you, instruction 6 is to choose a queen card if you like. The queen card is not mandatory. It's there to give you sort of inspiration, and it's there to give you sort of inspiration, but if that's helpful, but it's certainly not a requirement for the game. I'm going to keep going through those instructions. Set the card that reads the queen is under attack. Do you defend her aside? Now, if you scroll down in this instruction a little bit, it says modified rules for Roll20. And it says ignore this card, it will be addressed later. And the reason why, in fact, if you go to this for the queen Roll20 instructions, it actually gives you all of the instructions that have modifications. And there's about 5 of them that play a little bit different on Roll20 than they do in real life, or they do with physical cards. So the first one is to set the queen as an attack card aside. And the reason why that you won't do that is because when you can't, in Roll20, you can't set a card to be at a certain depth in the deck. So what I do is if you go to the prompts card and you click choose, you can see all of the cards, and you can see where the queen is under attack card is. You can see where the queen is under attack card is in the deck, and you can just keep shuffling it until it gets to be about the right spot, because it's in a future instructions can tell you where to put the card, and that's kind of the way you do it, is that you just sort of shuffle it till it's around the right location, and that'll make more sense in a second. So again, we ignore that instruction. Shuffle the red prompt cards and place them face down on the center table. So we'll do that by pressing shuffle next to the prompt cards. Also of note, once you're done with these decks, all but the prompt cards can be hidden. So, we've picked our queen, for instance, we can go over to the collections tab and we can hide the queen cards, and now they aren't there anymore. If we're not using the instruction deck, just like because we're using the handouts instead, we can hide the instructions. So we're just left with the prompts. That cleans up the tableau a little bit. Put the queen card under attack in the middle of the deck for gameplay that takes approximately 30 minutes, or shuffle into the bottom third for the deck to play for an hour or more. So this is where looking at where the queen card is kind of allows you to get a sense of how long the game will be. So right now I shuffled it, it's 3 from the top. I'm going to go ahead and close that, shuffle again. This is something you can do before your game, to kind of get a good sense of, okay, there it is. It's towards the top. This will be a short game. I can keep shuffling it until it's further on the bottom. Some functionality I would love to see at some point, the ability to actually slot the to actually slot the card in a certain spot. But for now, we have this workaround. When you've read the instruction cards, continue clockwise with the red prompt cards, taking turns reading the questions aloud. Interpret these questions and answer them however you wish. Other players may ask questions or make suggestions on your turn, but whether you answer those questions or include those suggestions is entirely up to you. If you encounter a card or an answer that you don't want to be included in the game, tap the X card. That card is removed. That content is removed from the game. So as you can see, we have this big X card right in the center of the tableau. When you're streaming, one way to do it can be to, or not when you're streaming, sorry, when you're playing online, one way to do it can be to just say, hey, X card. You can, put up an X in front of the sheet. But also, Roll20 has some functionality, which is if you click somewhere and you hold down, it actually will create a little circle around it. So there is a way to actually tap a card in Roll20. Place the X card somewhere everyone can reach it. I think we just read that. I'm a little behind. If you encounter a card or an answer that you don't want to be included in the game, tap the X card. That content is removed from the game. If you draw a card that is removed this way, simply draw another card. You can X the card that you drew yourself. You can also pass your turn. To do this, give a prompt card you drew to the next player and say, I'd like to hear your answer to this question. A prompt card can be passed around the table until someone applies the X card to it. Continue passing, Xing, and passing and Xing questions until the queen is under attack card is drawn. Each player should answer that question in turn, then the game is over. Whoever wants to can draw the first card. So there we are. That is the setup of the game. As you can see, that took a few minutes to just kind of have everybody read through it. I read them all, but you would take turns with everybody reading those, and then you would just start. Whoever wanted to would start by drawing the first card. Obadiah, do you feel up for answering the first question?
Can I ask a question first?
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
Why does the queen is under attack in the game?
That's the end. So you know you're on this perilous mission, and you know that it's fraught, and the queen is under attack is the kind of the point of it is really to test how you feel about her. You know at the beginning of the game that you love her, but the questions in the game are going to make you question that. And so if it was the very first card you drew, presumably the answer everyone would say was, yes, of course I defend her. But by the end of the game, it really wants to know, do you still feel the same way you did? Do you still feel the same way about the other people? Maybe you care more about them than you do about her. And so the question can be answered in a simple, yep, I defend her. No, I don't. But often it's answered in a, I would have, but I've lost faith in her. I've decided not to. I'm running away, or I'm turning on her, or whatever it may be. So it's really the question is like, do you still love her at the end? And that's what we kind of play to find out. So yeah, thank you for asking, because that is a very good question.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I'm going to draw this card, and let's see what the question is.
I'll read it if you want.
Yeah, go for it. Please do. Do you see it on the tableau?
You are considered ugly by almost everyone you meet. How does the queen make you question that perception?
Nice. You feel like answering that one? It's a pretty cold start, but you want to answer? Or you want me to
the queen sees my inner beauty. She knows that I'm a worthwhile person because of the services I offer the throne.
Awesome. What service? This is rule 11 that people can ask follow-up questions. What service do you offer? Do you offer the throne?
I'm chief of assassins.
Ooh, wow. Does she give you orders like personally? Like, does she come to you and say, I need this person off, or does she kind of work through intermediaries? Like, does she know your business, like the nitty gritty of it?
As far as she knows, I'm just a minister of intelligence, a minor minister.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So I'll draw the next one, and I'll read and answer this one. And you can, again, give me follow-up questions. You have a personal connection to the land you're currently traveling through. What makes you want to stay, and why don't you? I think when I was, I think I am a diplomat for the queen. I'm one of her emissaries. And this is the land that I am the emissary to. And I have, unbeknownst to the queen, I have an entire family here. I have spent so much time here that I've met and fallen in love and have children. And I have a lot of entanglements in this place. It makes me very trepidatious to go, because I don't want the queen to learn about my other commitments, my other affiliations. But ultimately, I know if I stay, I'll get caught up in those, and I need to go with the queen. So yeah, I think I want to stay because I want to see my family, but I don't, because I need to continue on this entourage. I love the queen, and I need to show her my loyalty and to help her. You want to do one more?
Sure, this is fun. This is very fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I adore this game. And by the way, I think chat, Tom pointed out that we'll be running a game of this starting in at 4 p.m. With Alex Roberts, the creator. She'll be on it. All right, this one. Ooh, this is a rough one. Here you go. Read this one for us.
When did you know you would never forgive the queen, and why?
What did she do to you? What did she not do?
All right, I have one.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say that my character denies that he does forgive her.
Oh yeah.
But can I do that?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple ways you can do that. One, you can say like, I want to X that card. You're like, no, I forgive her. I don't like, I don't want that card. Like you can just tap the X and say like, just draw another one. Like if you don't like it. The other one is you can pass it to me and you can say, I'd like to hear your answer to this question. And then I have to answer it. And then finally you can answer it. I think what you're doing right now, which you can be like, on the outside, he totally says he forgives her and he loves her, but secretly, this is why I'll never forgive her. So you can rebuke the question altogether, or you can give like kind of two answers, like one on the surface and one in your inner thoughts.
Well, I had to murder someone I loved.
Oh, who was it?
A lover.
Oh God, so the queen thinks you're a minor minister, but did somebody know that this was your lover? Did they know when they sent you out that it was so personal?
See, I don't know. And that's
Mm,
why I forgive her and don't forgive her at the same time. I
I
don't know if
get
it's a
it.
personal order or if it was an order that came down.
Oh, wow. I wonder if on this journey you're hoping to find out. I mean, we don't often get like alone queen time, right? You and I aren't often like just hanging out with her. Uh, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome. So we'll do one more. I'll do one more, and then we'll draw the queen is under attack card to wrap it up. Normally the game would be much longer, but in this demo mode, I've got only a few minutes, so let's pull this up. The queen is not your queen. Why do you serve her anyway? Oh my goodness. Well, I think I'm going to build off of the last answer, which I said I was emissary to this foreign land. I think I was emissary to this foreign land because this is my homeland, and the queen is my ward. I'm not from her land. I was taken hostage during the war. The war's been going on as long as we've been alive, and hostage trading is super normal. It happens all the time. But I have, this is my home that we're passing through right now. And even though I am her ward, she's not technically my queen. So why do I serve her anyway? I think she has shown a kind of level of trust in me that I never expected she would. I thought I would just be a hostage my whole life. I thought I would never really leave the castle grounds. I thought I would just be, caged to prevent further attacks. But she's given me an incredible amount of freedom. She's even sent me back to my homeland to be emissary. And I feel like I have to live up to that trust and that faith that she's put in me. And then let's just say we happen to draw. Oh no, we're at the end of the game. The queen is under attack. Obadiah, do you defend her?
My character does defend her.
Yeah,
Because he's still invested, although the murder he committed that murder of his lover, he still believes in the kingdom or in the throne.
Nice. Awesome. I think I do too. At this point, there's no reason for me to turn on her. I think she isn't my queen, but she's shown me a kind of faith and a kind of purpose that I hadn't had before. So yeah, even though I may be fighting my own family to do it, my own people, and that's the game. I've played it in with sort of medieval fantasy queen. I've played it with space queens. I've played it with a running queen. We were on a track team together. I've played it with Queen Bee, where the queen was Beyonce, and I've played it with Queen Bee, where the queen was a queen bee, and we were all drone bees. I've played a steampunk queen, a war rig, Furiosa queen. You can imagine so many different scenarios, and I super love this game. I'm going to wrap up now, but Obadiah, you have any follow-up questions about the game or how it plays or using it in Roll20?
Actually, no, I'm going to try and show up to the playing thing. This is actually a really good introduction. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Well, I appreciate you joining us. We'll be on twitch.tv/ Roll20 app and twitch.tv/actualplay. Roll20 is going to be hosting us, and you can see Alex Roberts playing the game. So anybody in chat, if you have questions, I got just like a minute or two before we drop. Please let me know. Otherwise, I hope to see you back in for the game in half an hour, and even cooler, I hope to see some folks supporting Code 2040 because they're doing good stuff. So thanks, Obadiah, for being my co-host. I really appreciate it. I'll see you again in chat in 30 minutes or so. And thanks everybody in chat for hanging out. We'll see you later.